Alright gentlemen, welcome into a new episode. It's me, ya boy, and I'm gonna show you one of the best ways and the most OP ways to play through Ashlands update and the rest of the game basically, previous to the Ashlands update. But it's gonna be most useful in Ashlands update, and I've seen this technique used, but it's misrepresented by so many people on the market now. I mean, they just see these new things that were added by Ashlands, they say, yeah, on paper it sounds like, it's not useful. Then they just make a video and say that those things are not useful. When in reality, if they tested it, they would have seen that these things that I'm talking about in this video are extremely good for the mage. And yeah, I did spoil it now a bit. The most OP to play the game as of right now, in my opinion, and the opinion of so many others, is Ashlands update. Hey, what? Is a mage. Is a mage. The mage is the most OP class in my opinion right now, because you cannot get hurt if you watch out. And with this thing that I show you right now, you're not gonna be worried about getting hurt 90% of the time, and 10% of the time that you have to be worried is when you get carried away and you don't really watch out on your shield, and you don't really watch out on your magicka and stuff. I call it magicka, it's Ether, but I call it magicka. I played Skyrim, fight me. But yeah, in this episode I'm gonna show you what to do and how to do it, and which stuffs to use, how to upgrade them, what to do with them, how to use them in the battle. Maybe if I can capture some good footage, I'll show you how effective this strategy is in the real battle in Ashlands, and let's just start with it. So I will assume that you already have this armor set that's standing on this little armor stand, already upgraded to level 3 or 2. That's gonna be required. And that's gonna be required. I will assume that you went through Mistlands and that you got yourself Staff of Embers, Staff of Ice, and Staff of Protection. Those three are necessary. You can even get this little stuff right here. It's a stuff for summoning skeletons, but honestly, it's not that required really. I used it few times before. It is so good before Ashlands, but in Ashlands it's not really good because they get killed easily even with a shield, so it's not really, that much of a useful thing. But you can still get it. It's not much of a big deal. So when I say so many people misrepresent the mage in Ashlands and they misrepresent the stuffs, they do review these stuffs wrong. For example, this stuff that I'm staring at right here, they say that it's one of the better stuffs in the game. It is cool, it's strong, yeah, does a lot of damage, but when you get close to an enemy, it's a shotgun. When you get close to an enemy, it does a lot of damage. And when you have a huge group of people, you cannot really be effective with it as you can be effective with, say, Stuff of Nature or Fire stuff or even Ice stuff. This thing is on the right. This thing on the right is useless. I forgot its name, but I'll call it shotgun. It is useless in most of the cases, in my opinion. Of course, if you like it, but really you have to get close to the enemy and shoot them in order to actually give the most amounts of damage. And getting close as a mage is not really what you want to do, because if you get stuck in a huge fight with a lot of people and they break your shield, there is a huge possibility that you won't be able to to deploy the shield, and you'll die. You'll just die there on the spot, because most of the creatures without that shield can one-tap you here. And the reason why they can one-tap you is because you don't really have a lot of health nor a lot of stamina to run. But don't worry, I'll show you the workarounds in that regards, so you'll be able to actually move through Ashlands solo like I do plenty of times and actually not face huge danger. The cases when I die in my playthrough is either I don't pay attention to my shield, or I just get knocked into lava by that dog that roams around Ashlands. I forgot its name, but it's a dog, you know which one I mean. You probably got killed by him plenty of times. So I'm gonna assume that you went through Mistlands and you got yourself the Ether food, you crafted the 3 foods because there is only 3 foods to craft. And you probably have these 3 foods that are listed on the screen right now, and these 3 stuffs. I'll recommend you upgrade your protection stuff to level 3 and ice stuff and fire stuff, because they're gonna be your bread and butter in this update in Ashlands. They are really strong, and I went through Ashlands with them, had no problems whatsoever. And I'm gonna tell you the only 2 stuffs that you need to craft in Ashlands. Stuff of the Wild, that's the only stuff that you need to craft, and the Troll stuff. Upgrade Stuff of the Wild to level 3, and the Troll stuff you don't really need to upgrade it. But I did upgrade it to level 3, but you don't need it. The more you upgrade it, it just increases the amount of trolls that you can spawn, but at max you'll be able to spawn 2 trolls before your magic runs out, because you have 260 if I'm not wrong. So Troll Stuff level 1 will be just fine. So in case of Staff of Flames, actually Embers, I'm sorry, and Staff of Ice, Staff of Protection, as soon as you can, as soon as you reach Ashlands, try to kill Valkyries to craft the upgrade for the Forge, and try to get these staffs to level 4 to just get that little bit extra edge on these things. And that's that in terms of staffs. These staffs that you see in my hotbar, these first 5 staffs, is what you need to craft, and that should be your end goal for Ashlands. And Tentacle Staff, plenty of people say that it's kind of bad, but trust me, Trust me on this one, it's gonna be cool. Just listen, don't think at all, don't use your brain, just listen to me, okay? Listen. And as soon as you can, you want to get yourself this new Ashlands Mage armor set and the full set. Don't use robes, for example, different leggings, different hat. Full set, you'll need that ether region because that's all you're gonna be using. Just get yourself full set of this armor that I'm wearing. I'll put screenshots on the screen right now. If you don't know how to get it, it's basically just kill dogs and find the ore, the new ore that's added to the game, and that's how you get it. You can craft it on level 2, I think, crafting station, but in order to upgrade it, you will need to upgrade the station, blah blah blah. You'll figure it out yourself eventually. I'm just here to show you the gear. So get this set of armor and equip yourself. And I know this is gonna sound crazy because everybody else is saying don't use feather cape, don't use feather cape, but use feather cape in Ashlands. Trust me. And you don't need fire potions if you just take care of the shield. Fire potions, fire resist potions actually, can be useful in Ashlands, but with this shield you don't need them. You can carry them, I carry them sometimes, but you don't really need to worry always about them. Just worry about that shield being up always. Always. And I'll show you what I mean. So in Ashlands, you're gonna be dodging a lot, like with the mage and stuff. So you're gonna need feather cape, I don't know, upgrade it on whichever level you want to. I got it on level 4, but you may not have resources or just you don't want to. You can keep it on level 2, 3, I don't know. I don't care, you just can keep it on any level you want to. What you need is featherfall effect that feather cape gives you. And I know in theory it really sounds bad, but trust me, it's not. It's gonna work well because you'll be able to dodge, evade fall damage, and dodge by just jumping. And when I say dodge, I really just mean jumping like this around and trying to evade everything as hard as you can, because you can just draw huge amounts of enemies towards you and just jump and fire the fire stuff in the middle of them, and you'll give them huge damage, or tentacle stuff, whichever you want. Great, another storm. So now the rest of the video is gonna look pale like this. By the way, I would highly suggest that you increase your elemental magic skill and your blood magic skill to level 100, because those are gonna be really useful, and there is really easy ways to do that. It's not complicated. You can just search it up on YouTube, but it's really easy to get those things up to level 100. You just need some time, but it's not that hard, you know. I did it myself. It was not difficult, just annoying, but it was not really difficult. And that's gonna help you a lot, by the way. So in case you wanna go to Ashlands, please listen to me and do those leveling glitches or tricks so you can actually be the most efficient as you can be in the Ashlands update. So we talked about the armor, we talked about stuff that you need to use, and the last thing we need to talk about is the new food. The new food is not difficult to get. You just collect the plants that you find in Ashlands. There's 3 types of plants. I'll put them up on screen right now. You collect them all and you make the new upgrade for the cooking station. And after you make that upgrade, you just need to make 2 new foods. Just 2. You can keep this one, but you need to craft these 2 new foods, because there is another type of food that Ashlands gives you and it's quite easy to obtain, but it has the same stats as this food, so it's not really worth crafting. And plus, when you craft this one, you get 2 upon crafting, and when you craft this one, you get 1. So in my opinion, it's better to craft this. And actually, one more thing before I go, to get you even more powerful, well, not as powerful as but it will get you that little edge in the battle when you run out of magicka, is to carry minor magicka potions. I know, fuck. You should carry these minor ether potions, but when you can, switch over to these lingering ones, because they are much better for this. And trust me, they're gonna be really useful in the long run. I don't know, you can carry some healing potions. I didn't really find much need for them, but you can carry them if you are not sure about yourself. And that's pretty much all that I've wanted to say. I hope I didn't really forget about anything. If I did, I'm gonna just say it now. And if I didn't, that's all for this video. And I will see you again in the next one. See ya. Okay, so this is the post video me. I'm gonna try to run some circles around these guys. Okay, so we deploy the stuff. We are ready for them. It's just one guy though, so not much. It's just the default one. I suck at aiming with these things, so I just go for the ground, but if you hit him directly, I think it does more damage. Okay, there is a warrior. Let's see how effective this is. By the way, Ashlands lags in my game so much. You see how effective tentacles are. And if you have huge groups of players, not the players, monsters, you can just lure them here and they will do a lot of job for you. So this is really useful. Let's find a huge group of them. Make sure that circle is always up, the little bubble. Okay, there is a Valkyrie. Ideal for this video. Okay, nice. My foot is lagging because the Ashlands is shit in terms of performance. And I'm missing more than usual, so that's terrible, but she's almost dead. There you go, Valkyrie dead with no problems. Redeploy the shield just in case. I mean, it's really just simple as, you know, dodging. And this is what I'm saying why you need this cape, because you can just jump like this. My stamina is gone. But you can jump like this and evade a lot of the attacks. When a lot of dogs chase you, you can jump on a rock, place few of these tentacles like that. And that's all. And that is really all. That you can place, I don't know how many, but you can place a lot of them, as much as Magica, you know, loves you. In case you don't have any more Magica, you can drink these potions. Blob is not that hard to kill. These guys are just easy. I'm telling you, I'm not even using the fire resist potion. I'm just wandering Ashlands casually. The staff of protection is gonna consume some of your health, but don't worry. As long as you... Oh, it's lagging so bad. As long as you have some health, it's good. And as long as you have a shield on you. You see, now it's bad. And you must redeploy the shield as soon as you can. When it breaks, redeploy it. This stuff does a bit damage when it impacts somebody, but don't use it for that. I just use it to place it strategically. See this dog? They can one-tap you if you are not careful without shield. Another Valkyrie, what the fuck? International Valkyrie Day, I see. Just lead them. Oh, why is it lagging so much? Just lead them to your tentacles. There you go. I'm telling you, it really is as easy as that. The stamina is your worst enemy here because you cannot really jump and run for a long time. But this is why I use Feather Cape, because you can jump over the enemies and do this. And if my game wasn't lagging, because Ashlands didn't really optimize or whatever the fuck it's supposed to happen in this update, it didn't happen and it lags always on all machines. Well, you know, that's not my fault. I'm the Master Mage. Level 1. Level who? Excuse me. See you, brother. And sieges on the castle with these staffs. I mean, first siege, that's gonna be difficult. And you can just hope that you get the crystal that you need to craft the Staff of the Wild. But once you craft it, it's gonna be insanely easy to siege castles. And once you craft the Staff of the Trolls, it's gonna be even better. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna show you how the troll works. Just spawn him like this. There you go. All these boys here. Oh, you didn't need to do that, troll. By the way, we wanna lure the troll here because he's gonna be quite annoying to kill, but not as much as annoying. There you go. He is weak to ice, so just use the ice stuff, and plus it slows him down. That's all I wanted to show you, my bro. Pick up this build that I just showed you, go have some fun, and dominate that battlefield. Tell your warrior friends to pack it and go home, because you don't need them anymore. I'm kidding, I love you warriors, I love you, I was a warrior once. See ya.